Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am CrissyJ. If you are new, welcome. I would love for you to subscribe, be a part of the J-Bird fam, give this video a thumbs up. I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Just wanted to share my weight loss journey with you guys, and for anyone that is thinking of getting VSG, then this is the video for you. Keep on watching. Alright, hey you guys, as seen in today's title, I just wanted to come online and share with you guys my experience on my weight loss journey. I have had some ups, some downs, some highs and some lows, and I just wanted to just get on and share with you all where I've come from in my weight loss journey, where I am now, and where I am looking to go. So just to start from the beginning, I have always struggled with my weight. I am tall. I'm about 5'8.5", 5'9". So my height saves me when it comes to my weight. I would say that I carry my weight pretty well. Although lately, I just feel like it's just out of control. It's definitely not where I would like it to be, and I want to do something about it. So about 4 years ago, April of 2017, I decided that I was going to get bariatric surgery, and I had the sleeve done, which is considered the VSG. I had that done, and the experience that I had with it was okay up until after the surgery, and I'll get into why, but I want to go over the steps on what I went through to get the surgery. So I did get it done in the United States. I did go through my health insurance, which well, I'm not gonna say my health insurance. I did go through my health insurance to get it done, and they do put you through a rigorous program, to say the least. It's a minimum of 6 months. They weigh you, you have to see a nutritionist, you have to write down what you're eating, you have to go to classes. It's a process. So you meet with your nutritionist, you go over what you've been eating. They want you to lose about 10 to 12 pounds prior to you getting the surgery, and they want you to work on changing your eating habits, which is why you're going to document everything you're eating and sit down with the nutritionist and go over, you know, things that you could have possibly substituted or cut out and things of that nature. Once you get closer to your scheduled date, you'll then meet with a psychiatrist, and they have you do that just to make sure that mentally you're ready for your life-changing event. And it is definitely a life-changing event, especially if you've been overweight most of your life. You know, you're going to look different, feel different. People are going to treat you differently if you're in a relationship. A lot of relationships fail after you get VSG. A lot of men, for some reason, become very insecure when their woman is getting VSG or is looking to get VSG or has gotten VSG. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like obviously you're going to look and feel better. Your confidence may go up and it may show, and it just may be something that intimidates them. So you have to be prepared for a lot that comes with it. Some people have a eating addiction, and so you just mentally, you have to be prepared all the way around. So it's really good how they have the program set up, but it is not a, you know, overnight process. Once I was approved to get the surgery and I had my scheduled date, the doctors called me and told me that I needed to go basically on a liquid diet for 2 weeks. I couldn't eat any hard, solid foods, only liquids, nothing with sugar. I had to eat like sugar-free Jello, sugar-free ice pops, soup broth, and water, Crystal Light, tea, no sugar, coffee, no sugar, things like that. So straight liquid diet, you can find that on the internet anywhere. And that was really hard, especially when you have a relationship with food, an unhealthy relationship with food, of course. But when you're a foodie and you just love food, it's really hard to just stop cold turkey when you're not sick, you know what I mean, and just eat liquids. Like, yeah, So I didn't do a good job at that at all. I tried my best. I did good maybe the last 7 days, but the first few days I was like, oh no, I need to pick a little piece of something. So I wasn't eating like I normally would eat, but I was definitely still eating. The reason that they have you do the liquid diet, and it goes off of your BMI as to how long you need to do that diet for. My BMI, I believe, was 44, I want to say, or 43, somewhere in that area. It might have been maybe even 46, I'm not too sure, but it was in the 40s. And with my BMI being where it was 2 weeks that they wanted that done. I think it was like maybe even 12 days, to be honest. So the reason they have you do that is because they want you to shrink your liver. When your liver is shrunken and it's smaller than the than the normal size, it makes the process of the surgery a lot smoother for both you and the doctor. Less complications and things like that. So if the doctor gives you protocol to go on your liquid diet for however many days he or she tells you to do it, follow directions and don't do what I did. I didn't have any complications, thank God. With my surgery, the doctor didn't let me know that my liver was enlarged or anything of that nature. So thankfully, everything went smooth. After I got my surgery done, I woke up from a good old sleep, and I just kind of like laid in the recovery room, I believe, for maybe like an hour or two, and then they transferred me to my room. I just remember just being completely out of it. You're supposed to definitely start walking as of the next day. So I got my surgery done 11 o'clock on the 17th of April 2017. The very next day I was supposed to be up and walking by 10 o'clock that morning. I walked a little bit, but I didn't walk much. I just really was relaxing, and I was supposed to leave the next day, that evening, but my oxygen levels weren't where they needed to be, so they kept me an additional night. That was the only complication, I would say, if you want to say that that is one, that I had. My experience turned south after I got home. So when I got home, they tell you to stay clear and free of intercourse, no swimming, things like that. You just went under a major surgery, and I think it was for, I don't remember how long it was supposed to be for. I want to say 3 weeks, I want to say. I could be wrong. I'll have to double check, and if I find out, I'll leave it across the screen how long the recommended time frame is. But it was like right before that mark. I did end up having sexual intercourse with my boyfriend, and I ended up having a really bad UTI, and it was like not a UTI I've ever experienced before. It didn't feel like a UTI. I didn't have any like UTI symptoms. I had crazy symptoms, like really bad chills, real bad chills, uncontrollably shaking. I'm talking about, it was crazy. It was like spring. It was hot outside, and I was freezing, and I was shaking uncontrollably, as if I was like outside with no clothes on in the middle of a blizzard. And then I just felt like my body was just like in aches, like my whole body was aching. I thought I was coming down with like the flu or something, and then that went on for about 3 days, and then I'm like, okay, it was getting worse, so I went to the urgent care. They ended up telling me I had a UTI, and my UTI had gone for a while, and longer than it needed to be untreated, and so there was a lesion on my kidney. And so I had like a scar on my kidney, some scar tissue, which is very dangerous. And so I stayed the night in urgent care to be monitored, and I was released the next day on my antibiotics, refrained from sex, and then I would say like a couple weeks later it was going on again. So I went back to urgent care, same issue, except this time I caught the signs early, so it wasn't as bad as before. But I couldn't understand why I kept getting the UTIs. And then I was good to go after that. Like after my body completely healed and everything, I was good. I would say after like maybe the 6 to 8 week mark, I was fine. No more UTIs. Everything was good. The protocol that your doctor gives you is to work your way back to solid foods, and it's in stages. So you're going to go back into the liquids, you're going to go to soft, and then you're going to go to like kind of like a puree, and then your solid foods. And me being hard-headed and getting so used to waking up and like the scale going down, you know, 2 to 3 pounds every morning, I was just like, oh, I could eat this, you know. It's weird because you don't really crave things. Like they take the hormonal part of your stomach out, and you don't really like crave food or sweets or anything. But when you smell it, when you know what it tastes like, things like that, when you see other people eating and enjoying themselves and things like that, that's when you kind of have the temptation to be like, all right, let me just try a piece of chicken. So I was eating chicken way before I was supposed to. Thankfully, it didn't do anything like to my stomach or anything like that, but here we are now. I am back to my original surgery weight. Well, I'm like 7 pounds away from my original surgery weight. So you're supposed to, you know, work out. You're supposed to follow doctor's protocol. They know best. You know, I had the mindset that I got the surgery, my stomach is like the size of an egg, and I'm good to go. And that's not the case. It literally is a temporary thing. It is really just a jump start. You have to still do your work, and I didn't do my work, and that's where I failed at. So if you are thinking about getting VSG surgery, I would highly suggest that you follow the protocol of the doctor. It's only going to be for your best interest in the long run, so you don't have to be where I am today, back in the hot seat, getting ready to repeat the surgery again. So now where I am today is I've been trying different diets. I've been trying to, you know, cut things out of my diet, trying to limit my portion size, watching what I'm eating, incorporating exercise. But I'm not doing all of that together consistently. I'm eating a lot better consistently, but I'm not losing the weight the way I need to lose the weight. And my metabolism, you know, slows as you get older. So I have so many different odds against me, and time is not on my side. Diabetes runs in my family on both sides. I was gestational diabetic with both of my children, so my chances of getting diabetes is way higher now. And I just kind of want to beat the clock at this point, more for health reasons than to look good. And so I have made a decision to go for the bariatric surgery again, which is considered to be the revision surgery. My healthcare provider no longer approves revision surgeries unless it's for a correction, like if you have really bad acid reflux or any of that. I thankfully don't have any of those issues, and it's not something that I can just like kind of lie and say I have. They're going to run tests, they're going to be able to see. So unfortunately, I have to now pay out of pocket and go out of the country to have it done. But that's another thing that comes with just being hard-headed and not following protocol. But it's worth it to me, and I'm just thankful that that is an option. I'm currently looking at several different doctors. I have 3 that I'm looking into. I did get approved by one doctor. He went over all my paperwork and everything, and they send you a questionnaire and you respond back with all of your like medical history and things like that, and then they forward it over to the doctor. The doctor got back to me in about a week, or yeah, like a week and a half or so. I was the nurse for the doctor, basically advising that the doctor approved me for the revision, and to respond with 3 dates that I want to get the surgery on. I haven't done that part yet because I'm still kind of like trying to get a feel of exactly when I want to go. I have an idea, but I need to like you know, give exact dates. The surgery is probably going to cost me out of pocket about $4,500, which would include my transportation there, the procedure, you know, the hotel and everything is included in the procedure cost. But you know, just everything, like I just look at it like, you know, my medications I'm gonna need. Even though I have my insurance, I'm not sure if my insurance is going to accept a prescription from an out-of-country doctor. It's possible, but like, you know, I still have to do my research when it comes to things like that, and I have to, you know, talk to my doctor to see if once I have the procedure, if they'll be willing to write me prescriptions. So just in case they're not, I want to be ready to be prepared to pay what I need to pay out of pocket. This time around, I'm not going to take off 6 weeks from work. I did that in the past, and I'm just not going to do it this time. I feel like the procedure isn't that strenuous on me with the type of job that I have. I have a secretary job, but if I had like a manual labor job and I was moving in and out of a vehicle or things like that, I definitely would take the full 6 weeks. But me sitting at a desk all day, I really don't need it. The biggest thing I do need though are my breaks, and so I have breaks that will enable me to get up and walk around and things like that. So what I will do differently this go round is, first of all, follow the doctor's orders. They already emailed me what I should be eating. If you guys would like to see that, then email me. My email is below, and I'll be more than happy to forward it over to you guys. I'm gonna kind of like start implementing that way of eating now, so that it can be natural for me to eat that way, and I don't have to feel like I'm forcing myself to try to do, you know, eat this or not eat that. It's just at the end of the day healthier. So it's stay away from sugars, stay away from carbs, things like that. And then as I get closer to the surgery date, of course, we'll go into the liquid diet that I was telling you guys about. Do I regret getting the surgery? I do not. I regret the timing that I got the surgery. I think at that point in life when I got it, I was in a really unhappy place in life. I was in a really bad relationship, and I was just unhappy. I was unhappy. I thought that if I got the surgery, it would bring joy and happiness to my life. I felt that it would make me feel better about myself, but the reality was it really wasn't me I was unhappy with. It was more so my situation and my surroundings. And although I got the surgery after my toxic relationship, it still was fresh, and I was still adjusting to so much. I was adjusting to being a single mom, adjusting to just me and Kaden living by ourselves, and then Sean came into my life, so that was an adjustment, just having someone new around. It was just a lot, and like I said, I think I was looking more so like I'm losing weight, you know. One thing I can say that I absolutely loved though was shopping. Shopping became fun again. It was a point in time where I was wearing all black. I would wear nothing but leggings, and that is one thing I would say to stay away from. If you find yourself always putting on leggings, stop it, because you'll just look up and be like, oh my gosh, I'm bigger and bigger and bigger, because the leggings just stretch and stretch and stretch, and they don't let you know that you're getting bigger. But when you wear jeans and, you know, dresses and stuff, you can see that you're getting bigger, so maybe you can slow down on what you're doing. But when you're just wearing those leggings, oh my gosh, like I looked up and I'm like, oh my goodness, I did not know that I was this size, you know what I mean? And so I went from wearing a size 16, was like my average size like most of my life, to a size 20, like a 20, you guys. So I was like, OMG, what is going on? And I never realized that I was really that big, you know. You don't feel that you're that big, but when you take pictures or you see yourself, that's when you're like, oh my gosh. But if you were to put on those jeans and they weren't able to pull up or button up or zip up, then you would have known well before you got into the 20, and that's note to self. But yeah, so I would that would be one suggestion. Another suggestion that I would say is start documenting what you're eating now. Try to substitute where you can. Like we can cut back so many ways in our sauces, our salad dressings, you know, just condiments alone are very high in fat, very high in sugar. very high in carbs. That's one thing that I'm slowly starting to cut out. I'm going like the fat-free route or the light dressings. I'm going light on my dressings because I'm the type that love, like, every single leaf of my lettuce needs to be wet with salad dressing. And now I'm just like, all right, put your little tablespoon and shake that sucker up. Whatever it hits, that's what you're gonna eat. You're gonna eat this whole thing, you know. And that's just where I'm at now. Sean reminds me constantly, like, Crystal, you have to stop eating for taste and eat for nutrition. And that's a big deal. Like, a lot of the American way is, you know, eating for taste. I mean, that's how food is promoted, the taste, you know what I mean? And I have to understand that everything that tastes good isn't good for you, and most things that are good for you don't really have the best taste. And I have to just have that mental. So it's a lot of things that I'm working on, that I'm trying to adjust. With me getting it done this go around out of the country, I'm not going to have the support system that I had in country, as far as like the doctors and everything. They'll be there, but it'll be virtual. But I can say that when I had the surgery here, I followed up with my surgeon once, and I feel like they kind of failed me too, because I feel like if the doctors would have been seeing me and scheduling me when they were supposed to, then they would have kind of been like, you need to tighten up, you know, you're coming in here, you're gaining weight or whatever. I kind of maybe would have been a little more hesitant or embarrassed to go, you know, at this size or whatever, you know what I mean? I can't really explain what I'm trying to say, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. But with having it done overseas, everything is going to be virtual. But I'm very, you know, open-minded with it. I'm very hopeful. I don't have any bad vibes with it. I'm looking forward to it, you know. I just feel like nowadays this is just the new way of life. Like, people are trying their best to live longer by all means necessary. Of course, I don't want anything to happen. There's a risk with everything, so I'm going to definitely do my research. I've been doing my research. I've been talking to people who have, you know, gotten it done in the places that I'm going, by the doctors that I'm looking into. So I'm definitely being as cautious as I can be. But I am 38 years old. I'm going to be 39 on August 28th, and I don't want to bring the new chapter in my life, which is my 40s, and overweight anymore. And so this is a decision that I wanted to make for myself, for my family. You know, like, I have 2 children I need to be here for. I have Sean I need to be here for, and life isn't promised, and I just don't want to add anything to it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to add extra risk unnecessarily, like heart attacks and heart disease and diabetes. Like, I don't need any of that. And weight plays a huge role in all of those health issues. I'm thankful and blessed. I won't say lucky. I am blessed that I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have any heart issues. I don't have diabetes. I'm clear and free. All I take every morning is a vitamin, and I'm very thankful for that, because like I said, I'm overweight, and I have been most of my life, all of my life. But I'm such an outgoing person, and there's just like, it just feels like my weight is just restricting me, you know. It restricts me too much, and I'm just like, I want to get back to me. Like, I want to get back to the real Crystal. And I'm in a really good relationship with someone who really loves me. I love the way that he loves me, and I love him, and I just don't think it's fair to him that I allow myself to get like this, even though, you know, I was bigger when we got together. But he loves me for me, don't get me wrong. Like, he loves all of me, you know, constantly flirts with me, touches me and all of that. But I don't like how I feel, and I feel like it takes toll on my daily life and my life with my children, and me having the energy for them and being able to run around with them and play with them. So that is my story. I'm looking forward to sharing my journey with you guys. I'm definitely going to bring you guys along the way. I'm going to take you guys with me. Whatever information I get from the doctors, I will share it with you all. Whatever I start, you know, cooking, Sean's going to start cooking. We're going to implement some more cooking videos, some workout videos, and things like that. Like, I'm still working out. I'm still going to be eating right, you know, all the way up until my surgery. I don't want to look at it like, oh, I'm getting a surgery, I can eat this, I can eat that. You know, I'm going to definitely have a snack or 2 here and there. You may see me pop a candy here and there, things like that. I'm going to be realistic, but I'm definitely going to do my best to stay on task and, you know, get this weight off me once and for all. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you all have any questions or any comments, any suggestions, feel free to leave them below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There are so many more to come, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss when they come. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.